toss about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch it, Oscar. Turbo 3, kick. Ready.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And he'll get this one up to about the 49 here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Ready. All right, go ahead.
On play action, here's Tua. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
44, ready.
Here's Tua. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
Turbo 1, high.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Gets this one to Hill. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
21G.
Tua going to throw. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Corner, long. 20, TX.
They'll run for it with Achane. And he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, 14 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Dolphins 7, Bills 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Round 80.
Throwing to start the drive. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
I know some guys, they love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw, it's Allen. Shakir hauls it in. Only able to gain a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 41-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Bills respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you?
A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
It's a gain of
first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Here's Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
First down, here's the run with Cook. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards is the pickup there. They'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd down in the yard. And now they'll throw with Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Now Allen. And this pass broken up. And the contact low time there. And now 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Allen in the offense staying put. They'll go for it on 4th.
19!
To the air, Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Solo left Zion. Solo left. 18. Longer, long. Solo left Zion. Out.
Looking to pass. Tua. He'll dump this off to Uchane. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Watch it, Oscar. Ready.
Achane gets it from the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Out is Jake Bates to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Bates' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be second down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Intercepted. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Go ahead.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Tua sets up to pass it. And this is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Solo left Zion. Ready.
Now Tua. Ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
20, TX. Ready.
They'll go. H.M. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10.
All right, go ahead, go. Ready. Get on.
They'll drop to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Over the middle, complete. It's Hill. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Corner, long. 21G. Help!
From the gun, it's Tua. To the flat, that's complete to his running back. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Bates' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slip becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
First down, Buffalo.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Allen. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Good. 20, TX. Ready.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, 53 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he is into the end zone to put the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
He's to the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir, 45 yards. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Looking to throw on second down. Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. T.J. Sanders coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
20 TX.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there. And just to clarify, it is not 4th down. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Allen going to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's another Bills first down. It's a gain of 23 yards.
Throwing now is Allen.
The Bills first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kenneth Grant able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Allen now looks to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
319! All 52.
One final try here for Allen. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Bills first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Allen. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Second and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Allen. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Throwing, Allen. Touchdown. Dawson Knox from 17 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They're right here. Yeah, 19.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Tua. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. But they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Achane here. They stay on the ground. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. A give left side. Here's Achane. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's another Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has them in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it's good! And on opening weekend, a field goal to win it as time expires. And it'll be a good time in South Beach tonight. The Dolphins have won the game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Dolphins, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I've been dealing, feeling, shading skin till I make my way up. I'm out here stepping, repping, flow electric, time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching. God is beside us, still ride with a in the fleece. I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the high up. These they come from the cause, we different in breed. never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes. I see through the lies they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers. Karma, with your energy harness. If I'm back in the corner, I might get it clicking until I just feel a nirvana. I see blood in the water, homies are gone, he couldn't see the piranhas. Got it hot as Nevada, I'm from the bottom, on treacherous timing. They'll pop your melanin